Hi everyone, it's Lorraine from the Cooking Good Project, and I'm going to make a gluten-free beetroot and dark chocolate cake. So great for those people who are gluten-free. You can also make it with regular flour if you've got some. So here we go. The first thing we're going to do is melt 200 grams of chocolate, dark chocolate, but you can use milk chocolate if you want, and 200 grams of butter in a pan that's got water in it, and put that over the top of the pan in hot water and boil that water under there so it softly melts the chocolate and the butter till it's soft. So now we've got some chocolate and butter that has been melted, and that needs to go and sit on the side. That could be really hot, so be careful with that if young children are helping you. That needs to just cool for a little while. Meanwhile, what we've done is we've got 250 grams of beetroot. That is the beetroot that doesn't have vinegar with it, so it's either fresh beetroot that has been boiled and then the skin taken off, or the kind you can get from the supermarket in the plastic, but it doesn't have vinegar in it, and that needs to be mashed or put in a blender. I've used a NutriBullet to soften that. I'm going to use a regular spoon because beetroot turns a wooden spoon red. And to the beetroot, I'm going to add the other ingredients. So now I've got 5 eggs in here. Those can go in. Look at those amazing colours. And then I need a teaspoon of baking powder. It's there. And a teaspoon of vanilla essence. This gives everything a lovely flavour. And then what we need is 250 grams of, you can use any kind of sugar. I'm using coconut sugar for this recipe, so in that goes as well. So we really need to mix this together really well. Not a difficult one to do, but it does need to be mixed really well. Okay, so got our mixture. You can also blitz this again in the food processor or the NutriBullet. So now we're going to add some of the almond flour. Again, that's 250 grams of almond flour to this mixture. Wow, look at that red colour. All that remains is for us to add the chocolate. As I say, make sure this is cooled. Chocolate and the butter. In that goes. There we go. And we've got quite a sticky mixture. It's a lot wetter than a regular cake, this type of cake, so it can take a bit longer to cook. Not quite as doughy. Okay, so once that's all mixed together, I'm going to put it into a cake tin. I have used some baking paper at the bottom of this particular one. You will need that. This one has a bottom that clicks up. That's always a good type of baking cake tin to use. You can use a tray again with some baking paper in there, parchment paper in there. And we pour it in. Pour in our lovely mixture. We're going to pop this in the oven about 190 degrees Celsius for about 35 to 40 minutes, then we need to check it. Hi, so that's been cooking for about an hour actually altogether. I had to check the cake to make sure that it was cooked inside, and you do that by sticking a knife in the top of the cake and seeing if it's still got any liquid left on it. If it hasn't, then the cake's ready. You have to do that carefully and using oven gloves, of course, but this is the end result. And what I'm going to do is use a tin to help me get the base of this removable cake tin. There we go. So that means the cake's out of there, and then I'm going to carefully pop that there so it can cool down. So we're going to leave that for a while to cool before we give it a try. Okay, so here we have our beetroot and chocolate cake, and we can serve it with strawberries, with other fruit, with cream, with custard, or with ice cream. I prefer strawberries. Delicious.